Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today we got Kim and Stacy to say welcome back to Monogamy on All Black, or mostly Black, really. Let's say that. Season 3, episodes 1 and 2. After COVID, they took a break, I guess, for a while, but now they're back. The cast is put together. A lot of shit going on. A lot of things going on with these couples. New couples being emerged. Some characters probably going away. And I'm happy for it. I think All Black is probably the best show on All Black. Like Monogamy is probably the best show on Monogamy is probably the best show on All Black.
What is the #1 rated show on that channel?
On that channel.
Channel.
Has not won an award like, you know, A House Divided, which is
apparently it's crazy. Netflix.
It's that bullshit. What you say, Kim?
I said, let's not get crazy.
All right,
no awards.
I'm just saying, if A House Divided can make it, this needs to make it. I mean, this is much better than A House Divided and Double Cross. But
true.
Come on, man. What's not better than Double Cross? But anyway, let's get into the couples. All right, so we got top story. How do we start? So we're really starting at the end of season 2 with Harvey Keitis. Harvey Keitis is the light-skinned dude who's sitting up there waiting for his helicopter to land or some shit at the top of a hotel. The 4 couples walk out after being perfectly orchestrated to be there in that moment. Harvey turns around. He sees at least 4 people that he knows. And he's like, what the fuck? And then Dallas, a trained police officer, for some dumb reason, charges at this man instead of shooting him, resulting in Dallas getting shot in the face. And everybody getting rushed to the hospital. It's not looking good for Miss Dallas.
Carter got shot in the shoulder. So
let's talk about that. So I went back and watched this bullshit, and I'm like, consistency, please. Because when Connor is rushed to the back with his lady next to him, Sensore next to him, his black shirt is flawless. She's covered in blood on her hand, yes, but his shirt is together. About 2-3 minutes later, all of a sudden his shirt is off and he has a hole right here in his shoulder that the doctor is sewing up.
And later on, once he gets patched up, he has a convenient hole like right here.
Yeah,
if you look at it.
And go ahead, Stacy. What else?
An arm sling, yes.
Damn it. Hey, let me tell you this. 2 things you're gonna get when you go to the hospital. 3 things you're gonna get. The blanket first. If they would have showed them getting to the ambulance and going to the hospital, everyone would have had a blanket on, except for Dallas, whose face is now blowing off. Then Connor got the fucking arm sling, and he would have been rolled out in a wheelchair. That's the number 3. You always get the wheelchair on the way out of the hospital. But anyway, Kim, what did you think of these 2 episodes?
To tell you the truth, it was okay, but the editing was terrible. The wigs were terrible. All these women are damaged women. The men are too, but it's just, I mean, their acting is pretty good. I wouldn't say their acting was bad. It's pretty good, but it's just, I understand it's a drama, but it's whiny drama. It's like the whole thing with Deandra and Sincere. I'm going to call her Sincere, damn it, because that's what it spelled like. But anyway, that whole exchange between those 2 over Dallas was annoying the crap out of me. Like, stop talking about it. Just either you're going to stay or you're going to go. So I didn't really enjoy these episodes. It was okay.
So it's interesting you bring up that scene because in the hospital, episode 2, you know, with the 2 ladies sitting up there, and I thought, being married, right? It was interesting to watch these 2 women or just people helping the other understand their previous spouse, right? Like I thought it was kind of interesting. For Deandra to be like, this is who Dallas is, and that sort of thing, right? And to Sensore, I know I have to pause and get this fucking name right, but the Sensore, and she was like, oh, yeah, I could see that. Like, he's a protector, he's a sheepdog, right? And I thought, and Deandra gave him an opportunity to be that, right? Without the baggage of sometimes when you're with someone, like, there's a lot of shit, you know, that you build up over time that's hard to put that, but like you can talk to a stranger easily than you can talk to your spouse sometimes. Because there's no burden there, you know what I'm saying? There's no, you know, history with that. And then with Censor looking, you know, at Connor, they're both damaged. You know, they're both don't have shit, and they really actually currently they don't have anything. You know, so they're broke as fuck actually. So they don't have, like, Connor had someone that was looking down upon him as he saw it, and Censor didn't have someone that she thought was looking down upon her, so they could be together and just be open, right? And I thought that was kind of cool that they were able, you know, the two ladies were like, this is who, you know, who your man is to me, and vice versa. So I thought that was some type of progress compared to some of the other couples. Like, you know,
it just kept going though.
Yeah,
Shut up about it already. Just stay or go.
So okay, so I think you're more discussing that when Connor came in and was like, Censor, it's time to go, and she's like, no, I can't leave Dallas. Bitch, you left him already. Like, we were fucking like not too long ago. Like, you left this
her. He left her.
Right. But they mutual was like, we're done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why are you acting like, okay, I'm sorry. So he left her for the richer woman.
He saved her.
Right.
She was beholden to him. That's completely understandable.
But she was beholden to that dick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's known Connor for 2 months. She's known Dallas for however long.
Ever.
Dallas literally dragged her and detoxed her and literally saved her.
True, but
he's fighting for his life, and she's like, I want to be here.
And he's like, we gotta, but that's what he has. Like, that has Deandra there. Like, Deandra can help.
Yes, but she feels an obligation to be by his side, like he was there holding a bucket that she was puking in.
Yes, that's some real shit. So I'm saying, but also it's like she also has to balance out the new relationship. At some point, you got to balance out a new relationship and be like, and the prioritize to say, I understand that, and I could be there for. I thought it was dumb as fuck for her to leave with a man with no face. Let's just start there. Whose vocal cords are shot off, as we somehow heard in episode 1. She's like, if you need anything, baby, I'm just a phone call away. How is he gonna call you when his voice don't work? Like, that was
gonna call.
Then that's what, do you tell her that? But to tell him to be like, hey, if you need me, just give me.
She told her to let her know when something happened.
But she's talking to him like he could be like, okay, I got you.
People talk to people in comas or in the bed because it's reassuring, and they're showing you the visual of him, like. And then we saw when Deandra left, he had this thing happen. So that's probably what she's anticipating. Like, if I leave him, is he gonna be okay? Obviously not, because as soon as she left, well.
But as we said, he already left her before his face got blown off for the other lady. So he chose who he wanted to be with.
Yes.
Also, do we think he's coming back as an actor?
No.
Nope.
So Brian White is his name, right?
Yes.
This dude's on half the shows on All Black, so he got plenty of opportunities for other jobs.
I think Barry Henson is on the other half.
like it's a.
And they all got that extra black hairline thing going.
Yes. Oh, what is that about? Darren's is bad though. Yeah. Darren's is, you could actually see it. It is really vivid.
Dude. Yeah. But like these two actors, they stay employed. Like
they do.
Without Tyler Perry, interesting enough. But like
interesting that you bring up Tyler Perry. Craig Ross created, directed, wrote, produced the whole thing. And it's so much better.
Yes.
Than anything Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it makes sense. It does make sense.
His wife is in it.
Yeah, so
his wife.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so Deandra apparently Censor is his wife. Is actually apparently his wife.
Oh,
in real life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're looking that up, trying to figure out, who's this man standing next to her. And I think that's actually the creator.
Okay.
And yeah, he did. I mean, considering most of this is him, it's amazing how integrated these stories are, and they make mostly sense. And you're kind of excited to see what's going to happen. So I thought that was awesome. But anyway, so with Dallas's situation, when I heard how the bullet entered his, you know, his trachea and rebound and bounced off his nose and his face is destroyed, the first thing I thought of was Knight Rider. Because that's how they made the character of that David Hasselhoff plays. Like in the first pilot movie, a different actor was there and they dubbed his voice for which would be so David Hasselhoff's voice. So the story goes that this undercover cop was shot in the face and the bullet ricocheted and destroyed his face because he had a plate in his head. And when they reconstructed his face, he came out looking like David Hasselhoff. And that's why that's why he's Michael Knight, not Michael Long. Anyway, my point is, if they want to keep Dallas around, since Censoray, this is Deandra's man, right? Like he's kind of important to this whole storyline. But Brian White is gone. They could go the Knight Rider route and reconstruct his face. Diana has money, right? That's the whole point, right? Like she pays for everything. Like she has limited resources when necessary. She could say, the cost is not a limit. Rebuild my man. Huh?
But she also has a gambling problem, so.
Yes.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So they could, if they want to keep the character around, there's options. You know, without Brian White being around, they could reconstruct his face, and all of a sudden he's the same man with a different face, and he has to retire from being a police officer, and then he could just be her love toy, new and improved. So let's see if they go that route, because that would be hilarious. You two say no, he should just be dead and move on.
I mean, they
Can't
could.
believe you took it back to Knight Rider. Like, who remembers that?
I do.
I'm a boy.
I remember the show, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember details, but I remember the show.
Oh, yeah.
My cousins used to watch, my boy cousins, but I think that they might hire Brad James, who's another one who's always on these Black channels. Brad James, the one that's engaged to Keisha Knight Coleman.
Oh, the gay son from what you call it?
Gay son, but what you call it? Could you name
How about it? The gay son.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, him.
Oh, yeah.
He's in everything.
What was that, Stacey?
Eric Cross.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, he could fit right in.
Stop it. Then all of a sudden
he's him out for plastic surgery and he get on some roids.
That's what I'm saying.
And got on him tattoos.
And then all of a sudden he got tattooed. Hey,
you kind of had to cover up the scars, even though he didn't get shot downhill. But whatever. Let's just roll with it.
They can put makeup on him. Put makeup to cover the tattoos.
They can't afford all that. They can't afford that. That's the budget. Let's not do that. He just wears a lot of long sleeve shit. You know what I'm saying? And he has scars and stuff.
Like all the way up here.
Scars. He'll have like bandages or something. They could probably do the neck.
Yeah, he did have throat surgery. So yeah.
See? And he gets the tattoos to cover that up.
Yeah.
Bam.
Hey, you guys are writers.
Bam.
Yay.
Like, we do play some on YouTube. But let's get to the script. The script. So when we see here, the couples are starting to figure out who they're going to be. So Maggie and Carson. So Maggie and Carson are one of the two couples that actually stayed together, at least for now. Immediately after thing, Maggie finds out that her baby daddy is in fact Sawyer, who's with Caroline.
Should have been the highest.
Oh, stop it! We can talk about being getting seated. We'll talk about Sawyer from that perspective in a moment. But Maggie finding out, we see this 1 year forward that at some point it's going to be her and the baby and Sawyer together. She has her bakery business, and with Sawyer there being the happy baby daddy, maybe boyfriend, husband, some shit. Like, where's Caroline? Because I didn't see Caroline. So that's the other thing. Remember, so Caroline was dating Dallas's ex Nora until she killed herself in the bathroom. That's how Dallas and Caroline met. So she probably maybe is gonna accept that she in fact is gay and prefers women, and maybe that's where she's at. So Sawyer, you shouldn't try to build a relationship on a baby. Like for Sawyer to be like,
I've done that for generations, David. Stop it.
Yes, they really have.
Stop
They
it.
have babies to save marriages. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Don't make it right.
True.
It's been happening since forever.
All right.
Since people can have babies.
I'm just like, it don't make, anyway, it don't make it right. But anyway, what also is not right is Maggie's complete acceptance or obliviousness to the fact that Carson is a sexual predator of women who has been torturing women for a very long time.
Delivered by the Lord. And it wasn't until Maggie broke his heart that he had to go back into debauchery.
Debauchery, hunting, and crime. Okay.
Hunting? He be telling women, hey, how's your tolerance for pain? If they say, like, I like pain, what the hell?
At some point, Stacey, somebody's pouring alcohol.
I'm going to defend Carson at all costs.
That's her boy. That's her boy. She loves him.
Is all right with me. He could choke me just a little bit, a gentle choke. I'm good with that. Like
that's okay. Well, to the point, he don't stop there. As we saw with Cincinnati.
He stopped with Caroline. He gave her a nice little gentle tug, and he was like, "Let me teach you how to submit," and he did it gently.
That's because he was still on his rocker because he thought he still had his wife Maggie there. But
and it's her fault that he has turned into this psychopath. It's his fault.
He said he was still.
Did anyone feel like Maggie was begging Carson, like, and when he was leaving, she was very, wait a minute, wait. I was like, look,
he's a good man. She should hold on to him.
He's a psycho.
Well, okay, let's put.
Sorry, Stacey. I know that's your boy. I know.
Let's put the torture to the side just for a minute. Oh,
okay.
He was therefore cheating on her until the point that she lost the baby. Because then he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was still fucking up women until you lost the baby." That's when I said, you know what? I gotta do something different.
Let him go.
Like,
what define cheating?
Strapping down women and torturing to the point that so Sensore apparently can't have kids after whatever the world
he Carson destroyed did. Her insides. He destroyed her insides.
I don't understand that, but
I think maybe like when some women are sexually abused like that, sometimes you can't see the scar. You can see the scars on the outside, but some scars are on the inside. And like it makes it painful for them to have sex, depending on the damage that was done to them. Well, that's true because she did have sex with Connor.
Connor
ain't a little man. Connor's a big boy.
He specifically said he will not touch your face and he will not impact your ability to work. She works with her vagina.
At a time.
What the fuck did he do?
Your ovaries are not the same. You don't need ovaries to have sex. I'm saying so.
I understand that, but in order to get to the ovaries, where are you going? Through
into the vagina. But there's people. You know what? Okay, look. For story's sake, whatever. Okay, like Carson did, messed up Sensore's ability to have children. She was mentally scarred for quite a few years, you know what I'm saying? And now he's back doing it. And Maggie's like, shit happens. I should be more understanding that you should be able to talk to me.
She got knocked up by another man. What?
I mean, so yes, I mean, but they're all going through shit. He was torturing women while they were married, while he supposedly found the Lord.
Sex with them, so whatever. Like,
you're not gonna win this, David.
I know. All right.
Let's respect this.
So let's talk about Deandra. Did I get that right?
Deandra.
So Deandra, who was married to Dallas, and now is with,
Deandra's married to Connor.
She was married to Connor,
and
now she's staring by Dallas's side to the point that she was like, "Hey, Sensore, could you please sign over these power of attorney papers that I just magically got out of nowhere so I can take
She downloaded it off of legal room.
I'm like,
computer.
Where did you get that shit from? Like, what part of the hospital?
Went to the nurse's station.
All right.
If you have a notary come to the hospital, I used to do it all the time.
with
There's
her?
actually notaries there. So she probably went downstairs at midnight and there was notary just sitting
Downloaded
there.
some legal Zoom, and then she came out a notary. Yep.
That's it.
Do it on
That was why she's
Yeah.
like, I know you're going through some shit because you signed these papers so I can take over the care of my man that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I was like, this is a bit much.
Yes.
But DeAndre, she needs counseling. Like I didn't know the depth. I did not know the depth until we find out that, oh shit, she was fucking like Sawyer more than 30 times because apparently he was counting.
Which was weird, right?
Well, I mean, if it's good, you may be like, it's, you may be like, that's all you want to remember it. But I'm like, that's called red flag. There's red flags these people are not noticing. Like Maggie should have the red flag that Carson is a sexual sadist and a sexual predator.
Oh.
Like Sawyer should have
controlling. She knew that. She understood that, right?
So,
but he never choked her out or nothing.
And that's also doesn't make any sense. Like, well, a lot of serial killers, like they don't mess with their spouse. They try to keep it outside the house.
Exactly.
Like they keep their their needs somewhere else until they said things get bad. But anyway, when Sawyer is having sex with DeAndre, like I keep on fucking with this name one. Anyway, let's call her D. So one of the D is sitting up there. One day I was like, if this woman is having you doing some type of obvious child molester fantasies, you might want to take a step back and be like, my dick shouldn't be hard right now. Like maybe we need to talk. Like this, like I'm just saying, there's something.
Oh, y'all like that shit.
Look,
call me daddy.
There are some men who like damaged women. It's
y'all
true.
like that shit. Yes, Dad, I do. I'm your little girl. Y'all like that shit.
Yes. So,
I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm like, because that shit can cross a line, and this shit crossed the line. Like I mean, I was like, well, you want me to say what? And then she said it like, if I do it, you're gonna kill me. Stop right there. Yeah. Like when murder has to be on the table to get your pussy wet, stop. Like
yes.
I gotta go to the side on this one. When it's like,
Stacey, please.
Stacey, please, the floor is yours. The floor. Please defend this.
There are some women.
Go ahead, girl.
That have certain fantasies of domination. Being scared by a man, having a man, put fear in them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Choke them.
Choking was a big thing. Like some women like to be R-worded.
All right. That's fair.
So spank, some spank.
Pain, like the other girls, like Carson, asking women, "Do you like pain?" Why, yes, I do, sir. Okay, come over here.
But did he all okay, look. We gotta get back on this.
Like being waterboarded? Okay. How long can you hold your breath? Okay.
That was crazy.
Dude, I'm like, I was like, that was too. I'm just saying, bro. Like, it was. I was confused because like it was a cool scene. I can see why Sawyer was like, okay, I'm gonna beat up. But like at some point, you gotta be like, there's some red lines here. There's some red line. I mean, when did she ever get therapy for this shit? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, did she ever do this to Dallas? Did she ever do this to Connor? Like Sawyer cannot be the only one.
Probably her attraction to Dallas. Not Dallas. What's the husband? Connor.
Because
he was like the dangerous dude. And remember when he said, "I killed Uncle Harvey," she was like, and she was all kissing on him and stuff.
That's right.
Because isn't Uncle Harvey the one that molested her?
Yeah. That was her uncle. Yeah. That was her uncle. But I'm saying that's a different thing. I'm saying, but did she ever do the whole like, say if I tell anybody, call me a dirty little girl? Like I'm like,
well, that's probably what Sawyer was for.
I'm like, tell me something, man, because she was always talking about how Dallas was giving the dick to her. I'm like, I don't remember these little girl like almost rape fantasy things going on with Dallas. Like I think he would have been like, stop, like this ain't what I do. Like
as a Captain Saber. So if he sees her being traumatized, he's like, oh, let me help you, let me protect you. That's who he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
she wouldn't
why
do it with
he
him.
was able
She
to
know-
walk away from old girl because I'm like, okay, you're strong. I can see you're stronger now. You can stand on your own. Okay, bye. Let me go over here and help this heifer with her issues.
Yeah.
I can lift her, but I'm saying she didn't bring that kind of trauma yet. I mean, that's a lot, dude. I was not prepared for that. Like when I was seeing it, and I was like, I got mixed feelings.
But as soon as she met Dallas, she was ready to pounce him.
Yeah, but there's a difference between you're a sexy man and I want to fuck you, and you remind me of my uncle that raped me. Like these are not the same things.
She was working for some issues,
What's up? I'm just like, work that shit out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I was like, wow, that was an OMG moment for me, because I was like,
me too.
Yeah, I was like, and then I had to rewind it because I was trying to hear like how much was what she said. She told Sawyer to say versus Sawyer doing some ad libbing, because Sawyer did some ad libbing, like you nasty dirty bitch, you know you want this. I was like, hey, hold up, brother.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Like, you have to make it your own,
I mean, he's like, this ain't his first time. He was like, oh, I remember that one girl. I was like, oh, okay, Sawyer, what we learned about you? But because he was too easy with it. Anyway, I was like, I don't want Terry to be like, hey, what porn you watching? I was like,
she's sitting there beat off in front of him. I'm like, what is he gonna do? Oh, stop, let's talk about this. No.
He's like, I'm like,
He was in it. He was into it.
I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm just saying he should have had some conflictions. Like just a little bit. Like maybe later.
He was conflicted. He said it was weird.
No, he was.
Yeah, he was telling his wife all this stuff
true.
and telling his wife he loves another woman with her sitting right there. Like that was a bit much.
Well, see, that's because he's looking back and like, I didn't want to do it. Well, how many times you fuck her? Oh, 30. So it wasn't too weird. I was like, clearly he got over that shit and he remembered the number. I think anyone would be upset that he remembered the exact number. Like, why do you remember? I'm like, look at her. Like you said, stuff she made me do. I had to remember. It was in my mind. I had to write up scripts and everything.
He hooked up every time he was in Vegas, and he was probably like, well, I've been in Vegas 30 times between this time and this time. And every time I was in Vegas, me and her were doing some
hanging out.
Wild shit. You know what I'm saying? She's like, why you got schoolgirl outfit on? I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't know. But you're the principal. Why am I always the principal?
All right, David.
Anyway,
there are plenty of men that will have no problem doing any of that.
You need to talk to the shit out, guys. Just make sure you're going down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in the
Some men seek damaged women for these purposes.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like you said, and vice versa. Sometimes they need that. If it works for y'all, it works for y'all. I'm just saying, it just seemed like a lot to me. Okay, but anyway, so we got the babies here. I really thought Connor was gonna like Carson. I really thought Carson was gonna like punch Maggie in the stomach. Like when he found out the baby wasn't.
We did kind of feel that at one point when he was like, "You dirty bitch!" I thought he was gonna be like, he was gonna do whatever he did to Cincinnati. Right? He was about to give that girl an abortion in the car.
Right, I did. If we didn't see the baby already safe in the future, I just knew that baby wasn't gonna make it.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I was like, oh shit. Like, and I think it would have been tragic, but I think that would have been like good. Like, it would have been good for the moment to just show like how bad it was. Like, I think it would have worked either way, but I think I would have took that better. I was like, oh fuck. Like,
I thought she was gonna miscarry at some point because remember she kept having those pains, and then when Dallas got shot, they took her to the hospital and looked at her again. And I was like, she gonna lose this baby.
And I was worried. I thought she was having miscarriage stuff going on in the elevator. I thought, but maybe that's another show. Like I thought she was like tracking.
Like
yeah, and that's all I was like. And then so think about the fact that how relieved she was when she got the random DNA test, paternity test, and she was like. So I'm thinking, oh, it must be Carson's, because this way she can keep her family together. And she was like, oh, good, it's Sawyer's. And I'm like, what? Like,
no, what about when she was by the car when Carson was leaving, and she was like, "You're just gonna leave our baby?" And I was like, "It's not his baby."
She did that shit in the car. Like she was like, "This is her baby," and he was like, "Yes, let's find out if it really is my baby."
Like, bitches,
And then he got to the point where he was like, okay, I can accept it. She was like, no, it's Sonya's baby. He was like, fuck you, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. That would he would have been like, ching, ching, ching. Like, I'm sorry, baby. It ain't gonna be nobody's baby now. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And then he just throws out the car and drives away because he's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you don't know where he's at. Huh? And then he drives off somewhere. He shaves his head. He becomes a lumberjack like Dexter. He just sitting out there in Colorado.
Yeah, when he shaved his head, I was like, oh God.
Oh shit, Dexter. Like that's it. It's gonna be a whole spinoff. It's gonna be a whole spinoff, just him hunting women, and fucking the local cops got to chase him down, and then Maggie has to come to be the witness to help them find him. That will be a whole show, and I will.
It's Maggie's fault.
It's right, but then Eric and Erica show up, and they're like, you know what? We'll find that motherfucker. I was like, oh shit, he moves to California. Listen, he moves to California, starts hurting women, right? So then Eric is like, ain't having none of that shit. He's like, sister, put on the mask and let's go find this dude. And I'm like, oh shit. Then they got the face mask and everything. And they just driving around LA looking for him. And then he ends up in the furnace. Then they're arguing about which saw to use, because you got to use the right saw when you're chopping up a body. Man, that shit was so bad. I was like, God damn, that shit.
Oscillating.
It's like,
which one is more effective?
And it's like the fake blood don't even matter. So let's just get to it. Man, that shit was horrible. Anyway, we getting off track. All right. So what will cliffhanger? Oh, show not tell. That's what it said. Good writers show not tell. Right. So we saw Harvey turn around, pull the gun, pull the trigger. Then we see nothing until we're at the fucking hospital. And then Deandra is like telling the two people who are already there, telling Connor and Sensore how Harvey shot us. Then he got in the elevator. Then he escaped. And now we're in danger. I'm like,
he should have got in a helicopter and escaped.
Right? That would, or how about you stop?
Why was he up there in the first place?
No one asked that question, but I'm like, we should have saw that. Like, I don't need Deandra like giving us the rundown. Like, that's cheap. Like, show him getting away. Show the reason why nobody's trying to stop him is because Dallas's face is blown off, and Connor is or is not shot in the shoulder, and they're trying to save them, right?
It don't take 6 people to save 2 people. Somebody, what the boxer could have tackled him and beat him.
What? 1, 2, bam, down, right?
After he finished crying, because he was crying like almost the whole show. Sawyer. He did. He cried at the hospital. Then he went home and he was crying on the couch. He just cries a lot.
He's a sensitive brother. He's
worried about his
baby.
He
really is.
He's like, where's my baby? I just want to be a daddy to somebody somewhere.
You never talked about having a baby with your wife, but I'll say you're going to be a daddy. Okay, cool.
Because he knows his wife like women.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. Carson had to tell him that.
Also true. That's real shit. He's like, hey man, sometimes you gotta tie your girl up, and she might like it.
Was interesting because she was like, okay, well, we're gonna be friends. Maybe we'll like the same type of women. He was like most people be like, hell yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know what? Let's work this out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know about a whole relationship. I'm like,
but then he got so understanding, like, yeah, I'm here for you to work this out. But if she wasn't gay, would you be there for her to work it out with some other dude? Like,
probably not.
What?
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yes.
You can't have more than one penis in a situation. It just gets messy.
Actually,
so it can't cross.
There are multiple holes. I mean,
also true, but that's called time management. The space management, you got to work that out. Anywho,
you could be at this end. What did it call it? Eiffel Tower?
Remember? Yeah, that scandal? He was like, it's Eiffel Tower. I was like, why is this episode even written? Like, I was like, who said this shit needs to be on TV? Everybody needs to be slapped. Who wrote it, produced it, directed it. Kerry Washington should have been like, I'm taking a break. Somebody else got to film this episode because this is bullshit. This is what I'm doing now in my life. I was like, Anyway, I was like, so I mean, with Harvey in the wind, you saw that Connor, he went to the
what was his
GeoTrust in Industries.
Morgan.
Now we skipped over the friend. What did the friend have to do with it? What was the guy's name?
Morgan. So they tried to shoot Harvey together. Morgan told
they shot him multiple times in the chest. He stopped breathing. What the hell happened?
And that's what Connor wanted to know. You said he was dead. Hold up. I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
I knew that was coming.
Okay, David, get out of my notes. Get out of my notes. Please tell me, guys, is that on a rap somewhere, or was that a movie?
That's
Tupac.
I knew it. I was like, I put that in my notes. I'm not lying. I'm telling you, I can show you my notes. I couldn't believe it. I was like, where did I hear this from? Is it a rap?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Who wrote this?
Revenge is
Who wrote this corniness?
Never mind. Hey, he should have just kept on. If you're gonna do Tupac, you do Tupac.
Right.
Like you finished the quote.
Go all the way.
He should have worn the bandana. He dressed
a leather vest.
Stacey, he dressed better than Kyle and Donald did, showing up to Ellie's house in the Oval. And you know, this show is much better produced than some of this Tyler Perry bullshit we're watching right now. So as much as we make fun of some of these things, this is a well quality put together show on all black. So there's multiple reasons why this show could.
The dog agrees.
Yeah, even the dog said 2 barks up. But yeah, I was like, when he said, I was like, stop it.
As soon as he said, you ain't the killer, bro, I was like, he gonna say, he's gonna say it.
Ain't no killer, but don't push me. Don't make you angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. He could have said that. That would be
the Hulk.
But that would have been like, all right, that's a little bit, less cheesy. It's less cheesy, But anyway, after that, Connor also went to Geo Trust and Industries. He's trying to figure out who's behind this whole thing somehow. How is he affording to do any of this shit? He is unemployed and has
They
no
had
money.
$7,000 in savings. I went season 2 when they sitting in that motel room.
That was the saddest.
He said, I made.
In the toolbox. Remember the toolbox that Morgan gave him with all the money in it?
Yeah.
Yes. So how did he afford to
conveniently have stacks of hundreds sitting in your
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case your homeboy busted in with a gun to your head.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This way you can pay him off
his underground railroad.
Oh, that's it. He checked the Underground Railroad, took all the money. Damn you, Tommy. Damn you. I was like, I was like, he should have took that money, went back to Sensor Ray, said, baby, guess what? I got 10, maybe 15,000. How about you get your EMT money? We get together, get a small little apartment, and start building something. I mean, how's he making no money as a broker? He's that bad at it?
They don't make, well, he hadn't got it. He never did get his license, first of all. So he can't really manage money without the license. So he was probably just doing like the little entry level stuff, making minimum wage.
So he has no legit job skills.
No, because he was running around murdering people. He met DeAndre.
All right. So basically, he could be a security guard. He could be a hitman since he likes to get on.
Uber driver. He has a car.
There you go. All right, Uber. I mean, with the COVID and everything, you need to get on that Uber, that Lyft, bro. Like you could be making some money. You know what I'm saying? DoorDash or some shit. Like apply yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have your woman doing everything. Also, you think DeAndre could have given him some type of like alimony, just a little bit. I mean, since he gave
First of all, he knew he was gonna give that money back. He could have stashed $100,000 somewhere and gave it the rest back,
or $1 million, and been like.
It depends on how many millions she's had. Like we don't know what her net worth was.
She acts like she got Trump level money. I mean, I like.
You drop $100,000 on a fight, like that's not chump change.
That's not. But I'm saying, but she always acting like she, again, like without money, who is she? Like it's like her identity is centered around.
She inherited her money as a teenager. She probably never worked.
Yeah. So I thought she had a business or something. So I'm saying like
she met him at the when he went to volunteer for something. Remember, he left the church.
Yes.
And he got that little pamphlet because Megan was like, be the person that you would have wanted to have when you needed something. So he decided to volunteer. Yeah. He met her at the little volunteer place, but I forgot what it was.
It was some kind of financial thing because she thought he was going to be a broker. Like when she first, I thought when she first met him. Anyway, he had a good come up story. She was like, "I'm Captain Save a Hoe," and she wanted to bring him up, and then it didn't work out.
Look at him like, oh, he's big. He look like he can choke me real good. Yeah, come here, boy.
See
what she did Dallas. Like she took him to get his little suits.
That's so.
She was like, you're a human vibrator. I'm gonna put you in some suits. And
Wow.
That's what she said.
That's exactly what she said.
That's what she said. She said, yeah, you're a big shaking penis. I'm like, you need to ask
a
questions,
big
bro.
shaking penis.
I'm like, damn it. Like, bro, like you need to look into this woman. She got issues. You know what I'm saying?
But she was absolutely correct. Women have fantasies just like men do. We want to dress our men up and make them all nice and pretty, just like men do.
And we appreciate that because that's less things we got to buy. Shit. Ain't no man's gonna turn down a suit. No man's gonna be like, no man, I'm too.
It turned out suits. You saw how was fighting with suits. What's his name on the Have and Have Nots?
Oh, Benny. Fucking Benny. Benny was ignorant. I mean, let's just be real. But I mean, even with that, so there's a difference between like, so some men are like, my job's to take care of you, not your job's not to take care of me. So, and even Dallas was starting to feel that way. He's like, who am I? Like, if I'm not a protector, she said, if I'm not out there protecting you and saving you, I can't. He couldn't just be. Yeah, she
called him.
Yeah, the sheepdog. But yeah, German. So also, but it's like if he can't be a protector, he cannot just be the side dick. Like that's not him. Like he wouldn't be able to function like that, and then he would feel like less than a man, and then that relationship would go to shit. As soon as he felt that she could take care of herself, you know, like emotionally and stuff, then he'd be like, you know, what am I? Like she would always have to stay damaged so he could fix her. You know what I'm saying?
And then Harvey's still on the loose, so he would have to protect him from Harvey.
Where is Harvey? Like I said, like we need to see where this dude is at. I'm like, and then he too was manipulated into this situation. Like he didn't set this whole thing up. So who is running the show? Like who's actually orchestrated this whole thing? That's the bigger mystery.
How did they find these people? And then they signed over all their assets and control over everything to these people. They have no idea who they are. And they have to stay in line or else, because what you gotta say, well, I have to participate because I don't want to owe money for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So it's like you let them have access to everything.
To save a
but that didn't make any sense to me. To save a relationship, you're gonna sign over everything to experiment? Like, what are you doing?
That they easily walked away from.
Yes.
Like most of these people said, fuck my spouse. Like I'm gonna be with the person I hung out with for about a month. Like that made no damn sense. 2 months. That made no damn sense. I'm like and especially Deandra. Like you would think she had more sense than that because she came with a lot more resources than everybody else. Like you would think.
Deandra originally said stay. She didn't expect Connor to leave her.
Oh.
She said stay. He said leave. That's why he got all her money.
That's right. And then he I definitely would have kept at least $1 million. It'd be like, here you go. So I'm kind enough to give it back to you.
But he left the money in the safe, remember? Like he left like a little stack of money. And that's what she used to gamble on the last fight that she lost again. Like she's not a good gambler.
She ain't good. She ain't good with her money. So what are you looking for? So Stacey, what are you looking for out of this season?
Poor Carson.
The bodies will start stacking up, ladies and gentlemen. Just
a killer.
But don't push him.
I am here for the story. I thought these episodes were great. You didn't ask me my opinion, but I'm telling you, I love the show. I love the storylines. I love the characters. I'm not happy about Dallas not being the original Dallas. I don't know who they're gonna replace him with, but I don't like when they replace people. It's irritating.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask you. I'm sorry. Oh. I'll do better next time. Communication is important for a relationship.
It is.
And I'm working on that. You
have to start waterboarding me.
Don't be like that. Hey. What is it? Pineapples. That's what Kevin Hart said. Pineapples. That was a safe word when women went too far. He was like pineapples. So, Kim, what are you looking forward to?
I wasn't finished.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not looking forward to Sawyer and Miss Maggie raising a baby together.
Me either.
I don't want to see that shit at all.
It's gonna be a lot of crying.
And then poor we never did talk about what's her name. Reverend Ron's child. What's her name?
Reverend who?
Man, who's child?
Caroline.
Who gives a
The bisexual confused person. Like we never said anything about her, but maybe she'll find her a nice woman to lay up with.
But that's why, I mean, she hasn't progressed. Like, it's like she can't go back to Nora, which I thought somehow this was going to go back to that. Like, I thought maybe she was going to try to like steal, but like she's dead. So I'm like, I mean, there's no way for her to move forward too.
Maybe her, Maggie, and Sawyer will become a threat.
You big on that? Perhaps. We didn't see, because in the flash forward, you just see Sawyer and Maggie. Maybe she does come around and she's like, you know what? I can love the baby too. We all can love each other. Kind of like She Hate Me. You know, when you remember that movie? Yeah, like, because remember, like, in the end, he like married his ex, Kerry Washington, and her girlfriend, and that was their family, and at least those two kids plus all the other kids he made.
I think she was kind of eyeing her down. Remember they were at the gym, and she was like, "I could kick your ass," and she was like, "Well, I'm pregnant," and she's like, "Oh," and then they just start talking on the treadmill, just talking like they were just buddies. I'm like, okay, where is this going? Yeah,
maybe
I see a throuple coming.
we'll see.
Or maybe a quadruple because Maggie. Well, no, Carolina have a girl, and then Sawyer and Maggie, and then all four of them will get together and raise the baby.
I see we're going with that. Possible. I think Caroline was looking more for a like solid Sawyer relationship, and then they have like extramarital relationships, and then they come back with it.
I don't think she's gonna be happy with just Sawyer.
They're gonna have to introduce another strong woman character that should be, you know, like attractive. I don't think it's gonna be Maggie. I mean, I don't think she wants to share a woman, even for her own self. I think she falls in love with somebody she ain't gonna want to share.
But she specifically said maybe we have the same taste in women. So hint, hint, Maggie.
All right, we'll see. I mean, it would be cheaper. You know what I'm saying? You know, down to bring on another character. But we'll see. I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
And did you notice the glow up? Like they got a bigger house, both of them, because they stayed together. Because they stayed together, they're at triple. So they both got bigger houses and all that stuff.
So yeah, okay, all right. So maybe that's what happens. Maybe that's because like, so maybe Caroline don't want to end her. You know, it was Sawyer. She's like, I know you wanted to be a father. Now you can be a father, and you have a woman to go with it, and I can go with her, and we can all just work this out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
I want to know who Global Trust Industries is.
Yes, who owns it?
It's the dad.
And he did.
Did he die? I don't remember him dying.
I mean, if she was with her mom and then the uncle was molesting her, I can't see her dad just not being.
I'm talking about Cecily's dad. Like he's the only other character that's in this show that we've seen that is not necessarily connected, like not a couple.
Okay.
Like, why would they bring us somebody we didn't know? Because at first I was thinking, well, maybe Harvey's behind it, but no, he was in it too.
Yeah, clearly, like, what the fuck? So, all right.
Then Carson said he worked with Harvey at a job. That confused me.
I think all of them are connected in some kind of way. They just don't know.
They are, but how? Like, what is the point of this?
How they all connected to Harvey? So we still haven't got Maggie and Sawyer and Caroline connected to Harvey, right? Like those are the three that we can't tie back to them at this point. They seem to be collateral damage to an extent. So maybe as the story goes on, you'll find out that they actually are much more connected than what they are. But everybody else seems to be tied to either Carson or Harvey. Like to me, those are the two biggest villains in the show that everybody is trying to get to. Because Carson was about to get shot or his ass whooped or both when he got on the elevator. But he deserved it. Anything else besides your defense of the woman torturer?
They volunteered for it, but no, I have nothing else. I rest my case.
Thank you, and we appreciate everything you provide to the team. All right, Kim, how about you?
Yeah, I just wanted to start to make sense. How about that? Like more sense and not harping on the same thing. Like I just really felt like Sincere. I told you I'm gonna call her that. And then Sincere and what's her name?
Deandra.
Deandra. Yeah, Deandra. Yeah, I don't want scenes like that anymore. Like, just give me, I'd rather see Sawyer crying a lot than see them like repetitive stuff. So yeah, and I want to know what Carson, like when Carson was in that bar, I was like, is he getting ready to pounce on another woman? Like he was, yeah, I was like, I want to see what his next steps are, and is it this time, is he gonna be held accountable for it? Like it could be a cop.
Remember?
Like it could be a cop that's sitting there
Nah.
and he tries to pull. You don't think so?
No, because a year later, like he's still doing it. Like there's a
that's true. They did a flash.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I was like, so it's some yeah. But it looked like it kind of looked like the same woman, but it wasn't the same bartender. The episode 2 opened with a man pouring alcohol, a woman on the ground with blood in her mouth, right, earrings and stuff. Yep. And then the men switched to some random dude, to Carson, right? So then I fast forwarded to see if the black dude was the bartender, but that's a whole different dude. So
that wasn't Harvey. It looked like Harvey though, like
just a light skinned dude.
Yeah, just light skin.
You think it's a light skin? Okay.
Y'all look like after a while.
There's a lot of them.
light skin privilege in the show.
Yeah.
And all black.
And all black. That means it. Anything else, Kim?
No, that's it. I'll continue to watch and see how it improves because I'm sure it's gonna get better.
Does Maggie look lighter than she really is?
When they were outside, I think that was her makeup.
Because I just thought she looked like a lot lighter than she did. I remember her from Girlfriends, and she was like one of the darker ones on that show. And I was like, and to see her in this one, she's lighter, like some of the other two ladies. And I'm like, I was like, anyway,
that was the makeup. It was the makeup. Whoever did her makeup when she was outside with Carson, it looked kind of powdery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it wasn't her. I doubt that she's lightening her skin.
No, but like with lighting and stuff, like they kind of make her, like that. That's what I'm saying. Like the camera and stuff kind of makes you look that way. But I'm like, that I don't see true skin tone to me.
No, because inside she was normal color. She was normal color.
Yeah. So this is our time outside. All right, ladies, we will say thank you for everyone for watching. If you're still watching this video, we appreciate it. Are you still watching All Black? Why? I don't know. I mean, this is a good show. There's some other properties on there we will get to once they come back. House Divided, Double Cross, because Everyone Loves Jason. Is that what it's called?
For the Love of Jason.
For the Love of Jason.
For the Love of Jason. Yeah. That's a good show.
You should never give a man the money and the opportunity to live out his fantasy, because that's all that show is. Like it's like, oh, but yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, you can comment on the video, share the video. We'll see you next week for this. This will be a Saturday review for us, even though it airs on Thursday. So Kim can be a part of and stuff. So we'll probably do this on Saturdays moving forward. And if you're a fan, we got Power tomorrow. We're gonna try to work on the live stream as a channel. I'm trying to figure that out. We'll see how that works. And let's see if it's a success. I'm not gonna be asking for money. Not yet anyway. We'll see how that goes. Stacy will. Also, if you have any suitors out there who are looking for somebody, you can put that in the chat too. It's whatever. Safety words are important. Is what I'm saying. Safety words. That's what I'm saying. Stacy, she may go there. That's whatever. That's a different channel. That's not this channel. That's a different channel. All right. I didn't say that shit. All right. I'm not a pimp. It's not what I'm doing. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other.